Stop scrolling through those expensive retail sites. Now we all know the pain of needing a fresh kit, but seeing those crazy high prices. Well, there's a smarter way to support your team. Welcome to okjersey.com. The quality speaks for itself. Look at the detail on these designs, whether it's the latest from Manchester City or a classic City kit. You can get any jersey in every size you need, and yes, you can fully customise it with your name, your number, or your favourite legends details, from the Premier League present to EPL retro. If you're looking for it, it's here, and it's always for the best price. Ready to save big? Head to okjersey.com now and use code NAF at checkout. That's code NAF to score an extra 8% off your entire order. Cheers.
Embarrassing. That's all I've got to say. Man City aren't even that good.
Let's go back 70 million years.
Hello, welcome back to We Are the South Stand. Well, I am joined by Mr. Colpy. We still haven't actually caught up on the boiling piss comment.
Which one? There's been a few.
Louis? What are you saying? You good?
Oh, right, yeah, no, I'm all right. What does boiling piss mean? I don't even...
Boiling piss means, right, if you're boiling piss, basically, you're pissing everyone off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. That's pretty much your boiling piss. You're pissing everyone off, yeah.
Oh, I've got a story about that, actually. I was at a house party.
Hold on, you got a story about boiling piss?
Yeah, yeah. So I was at a house party.
Hold on. People, smash the likes for Louis' story about boiling piss. Please.
I was at a house party, right? And someone robbed the kettle, and there was like 3 lads all... Patrick, you walking in on a mad story here. There was 3 lads that robbed this lad's kettle and pissed in it, and then boiled it, and everyone had to leave the house party. So that's actual legitimate boiling piss there. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd mention that. I don't know why.
Kids these days.
Let's move on. Let's crack on with the show.
And we are joined by Patrick, Mr. True City fan. Mr. I need to have a catch up with you because your Twitter is a cesspit of negativity.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's triggering a lot of people.
It's not Patrick.
You know what, Patrick, I love you to bits, yeah? But it's confusing me, bro. It's like, that's why, just tell me it's rage bait, please, yeah? Tell me it's rage bait, bro. Are you really, like, are you... Like, genuine question. Are you like, you want Pep out? Genuinely.
He's a good manager. We cannot do that to him. Basically, look, those tweets have done what they were supposed to do. They have triggered a lot of big accounts. People are pissed off. I'm happy. But look, but at the end of the day, whose fault is it? Somebody called me a spoiled brat. I have an answer for that. Who spoiled me? Pep Guardiola. I must be one of his sons, as he said Foden is his son. KDB, Pep Guardiola, Gundogan, Yaya Toure, David Silva spoiled me. They gave me trophies. Now I'm crying for trophies. And if Pep Guardiola doesn't deliver, I'm simply saying maybe it's time to go.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. But, like... You can't, like, this is a thing where and by the way, I'm going to keep saying this on every show. I'm not trying to convince people anymore about whether they should want Pep to stay or go, right? Because I can totally understand why some people might say, and you know what? In the summer, our board might decide, working alongside Pep, that actually it might be the right time for those two to part ways. What I'm more about now at this point for me is, because I think we've all, for me, opinions have been formed. I personally think we should give, like, and even if he wasn't Pep Guardiola, I think he should be given till the end of the season anyway, right? Just because we're still in 4 competitions, right? And we don't know what's going to happen between now and the end of the season. But let's just say he is Pep Guardiola, because he is, right? Do we really want Pep's if it is his last 3 months, yeah? Do we not think we should make that fucking the best 3 months with Pep Guardiola? Because of everything this guy has fucking done for our football club. And that's like, we spoke about Edison. We didn't get to say goodbye to Edison. Kyle Walker for me got forced out of the club a bit in a negative way, and even Bernardo Silva, I can sense it right now that similar things are happening with Bernardo Silva. Don't we want this if this is to be Pep's last 3 months, which him and the club will decide on that, do we not want it to be like a good memory, right? Not a fucking half the club are trying to element of the club are trying to force him out. Like,
why do you want him chased out of the club for what he's done? United didn't chase out Ferguson. Arsenal really didn't chase out Wenger. He went on his own accord, didn't he?
I don't think you can ever chase someone like Pep Guardiola out of
They're trying, mate.
the club
They're
for what
trying.
he's done for us.
People start.
Who's trying? Is there genuinely City fans that are actively wanting him out of the club?
Yeah, the mutants are gathering.
Patrick,
But I don't believe it.
Hold on.
I
I want to kind of, because there's, for me, there's different sides to this debate, right? Because like I keep saying, if someone's opinion is that they feel that in the summer, maybe it's time for Pep to go, yeah, I understand that. But I just want to, Patrick, do you actually want Pep?
Can I ask something? Wouldn't you? What if it's out of empathy? What if it's out of the fact that I feel like if he stays, his legacy gets destroyed? Because at the end of the day, City fans are funny. You know what? I don't trust our fan base. Our fan base made a speech saying we love Edison. We are not going to ever chase Edison out. People went to Edison's wife, made it personal. Like at the end of the day, Kyle Walker. I know Kyle Walker was obviously pissing in clubs and pissing on people and other things, but I just feel like
Patrick, let's not do this. He didn't piss on anyone, right? He pissed in the street. Now, this is the thing. People were using that as an excuse to get at Kyle Walker. I'm sorry, but I would say 99% of men in this world have pissed on the street before, right?
That's not everything he did, though, is it? Kyle Walker's... There's some dodgy things that happen with Kyle Walker, so...
Hold on. When you say dodgy stuff, not really that dodgy, bro. Not
Mate,
really
you got his
that.
cock out in a pub.
Yeah, getting your cock out in a club's a bit dodgy.
Oh,
Mate.
yeah, that's a bit mad.
You can't defend Kyle Walker. You can't defend. He went a bit far.
Nah, I just genuinely want, like, and you didn't answer it, like, genuinely, do you think that, away from anything to do with Twitter or anything else, do you think that getting rid of Pep will solve all our issues?
No, really, to be honest.
Not that many issues.
No, really, to be honest with you. The only reason I'm saying is I just think like things are going towards the end. I actually feel sorry for Pep because even in the press, look at him. Even in that new video where he was leaving the pitch, the guy looks like he's broken a bit. So
I can't have this. Patrick, sorry. Last season, yeah, we can all agree. Last season, Pep looked like a broken man, right? I don't look at Pep Guardiola this season and think he looks like a broken man. I don't look at Pep and think Pep is having issues off the pitch. I just think at the moment Pep is probably frustrated with the injuries that we've had, because the injuries have significant, and maybe at times, yes, the mentality at the club, and he needs to be a better man manager. Let me be clear. At the moment, the biggest thing I would question with Pep Guardiola is his man management, right? If these players seem to have a bit of a mentality issue, it is his job, to basically get the players to play at a better level. But I think that's a fake narrative to say that and by the way, people saying, Patrick's a hate merchant. This is kind of why I want, and he shouldn't be on the channel, whatever, right? I've said consistently with this channel, it's for everyone to have a voice, right? And it's for everyone to have an opinion, right? And I personally don't think Patrick's opinion is as bad as it's looking on Twitter, right? And that's why I do want you to because I don't know where you are, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where you are anymore.
I feel like I can relate to like maybe 1% of what you're saying. This is the first time that I've started to question Pep Guardiola a little bit and look at him and think, what's going on here? You know, with the whole Marmoush thing, I feel like he's really not giving him. You know, Haaland's come back into the fold and Marmoush been dropped again after obviously the Wolves game is against Wolves, but everything looks a little bit fresher. I feel like you need to stick to your guns and drop Haaland if you're going to drop him if he's being a bit ineffective. And then obviously all the stuff that's come out this week about City drawing up a short list of managers to potentially replace him. I feel like it's a growing idea.
5 years,
but that's been going for 5 years. That's not new news. Like City,
I feel like it feels different though. Do you not think it feels slightly different now?
I don't. I feel like Pep came out only 2 months ago, I think 2-3 months ago, and said that a club like Manchester City should always have a short list, especially with managers like me, who 1 minute I can be happy and there, then the next minute I can turn around and basically say, yeah, I'm going in the summer. So I think a club it's like a football club is a business, right? It's a big business. It's a very big business. Now, in any management role, in any business, you have a succession plan, right? It is just a succession plan. And I think it becomes louder because we are going through a bit of a mad run of form, right? But I don't think we're any closer to Pep leaving or until the summer. I think, and now...
I would not, can I just clarify? I would not ever, I wouldn't have even... every time anyone's been saying Pep out or anything like this, I didn't even cross my mind until you mentioned it before about him leaving now. That would be the most ridiculous, ludicrous thing to ever happen.
I totally understand why there are some people that are saying, and this is why I'm asking the question, right? I do understand why some people, because Khaldoon in the summer might be... I think it's mad where people are pushing this. The only way that Pep leaves is if Pep leaves, right? I do think there is a world where Khaldoon and Viana could have a conversation with Pep, and as 3 grown men, they come to a decision, right? Where it's actually, because I do think Pep cares about this football club, but I think Pep also cares about himself. Patrick, question to you. Would you want Pep gone now? Or
not really. No, not really. This is the thing. People think that everybody wants him fired immediately. I'm telling you, Dax, I know what's coming. When Pep Guardiola leaves, it's going to be dark days. And the thing about it is, I'm ready for those dark days. The thing is, I'm actually on the empathy thing. I'm just saying, I just don't want Pep Guardiola to end up like Jose Mourinho. I don't want to reach a point where we start looking at him just losing the grip from the club. Because let me be honest with you, right? I think people think, oh, you're just hating. What's disappointing and breaking my heart is we come here on Twitter, right? We go on YouTube and say Pep Guardiola is the best manager in the world. Pep Guardiola is not a checkbook manager. Pep Guardiola doesn't need already-made players. I'm sorry. This season, Viana bought him a starting 11. We bought Semenyo, who was the best winger. We bought Gay, who was the best defender outside the top 6. We bought Mamouche, who was the top goal scorer. So you're telling me my manager, who is the best manager in the world, is failing to coach this team? Everybody's coming to me with excuses. I remember when I warned somebody, I told them when Rodri comes back, Pep Guardiola is going to go back to tiki-taka, pass in the side and everything. Nico Gonzalez, who's been great, is going to be taken out. Somebody called me a hater. Ding today, that person called me and said, oh, you were right.
Hold on. So let's stop there, because you've just said something that... So you think that Pep's gone back, since Rodri's come back, he's gone back to tiki-taka, and that's the issue. Because for me... I saw us go long against Tottenham multiple times and Haaland laid the ball off to Semenyo, right? That is not tiki-taka football. So I don't think we have necessarily...
At what point did we go long? At what point?
Guehi's been playing balls out from the back as well, though.
Yeah, we have still been... But I think we started going long when they started pressing us 1-to-1. When they started pressing us 1-to-1, we started going long.
Wait, can I ask something? Maybe, okay, let me be the one asking questions too, because I think I want to hear from people who have got a bit of hope. What is the solution? Do you buy him Anderson? Do you buy him more players? What is it? Because I don't see a solution. I have tried to say, maybe Anderson comes in, but I'm like, what's going to change? Is he going to play Anderson or is he going to stick? Like, Poppy, what's the solution going forward? I want to hear.
Patrick, what do you want a solution to? Let me just read
Okay, a solution.
Point a sec. We're second in the league, 6 points off the top. It's now February the 4th. We're 90 minutes away from the Carabao Cup final. We've just finished top 8 in the Champions League group stages, and we're likely to be in the next round of the FA Cup, which will be the last 16. Why are we looking like it's the end of the world? We are 4 or 5 really good results away from potentially being top of the league in another cup final. Why are we looking for solutions to something that isn't a problem? I just don't get it.
Can I just ask a question? And
you answer that then. Answer that. What answer?
No,
that?
I'm not going to answer it because that's not my point of view. I'm not with. I was just about to say I'm with you two.
Yeah.
But
No. I don't. Hold on. That's the one thing we're not going to do is like there's no sides here, right? There is no sides here. Like I'll be if you and I am probably. I think me and you are probably quite aligned, Louis. I think Poppy is at the point where he is pepping, and if Pep signs another 2-year extension, that's what you want, right, Poppy?
Steve said it best last night.
I haven't watched it, so
right. He basically said Pep Guardiola is the best manager in the world, right? He just is. He has been for the last 10 years, 15 years. Who else is out there that can do a better job than him?
Yeah.
Right. Every single club in the world would have Pep Guardiola. So why don't we want?
And I think Poppy, I think me and Louis, may well be in that realm because I'm here, kind of open to listen to what people are saying, right? But I've made it very, very, very clear there will never be a day that I am putting myself to anything to do with Pep out, right? And
neither would I.
And I worry that when Pep goes, things could change like really, really badly, potentially, right? But I'm willing to listen to people because it might be in the summer that Pep decides and I think the most important thing is, and I wanted Patrick to answer that, I don't think he did, was does anyone want Pep out now? Right.
I don't think anybody wants him to walk immediately. And the thing is, look, the dark days are coming regardless, Taps. The dark days are coming. Either he leaves now or 2 years, the bad days are coming.
Hold on. I mean, the bad days, bro. The bad days, like the difference, there might not be bad days. Like what for me, if we don't win a trophy every season, that doesn't mean it's bad days, right? Because football, realistically, unless you're Real Madrid, they're probably the only anomaly, and maybe Bayern. Like you don't win a major trophy every single season, but for me, there's no way that City should be a club that in February are making reactionary decisions.
That's what Chelsea do.
Yeah. But I can totally understand that maybe the club and Pep in the summer will have a conversation and work out if Pep wants to stay, if the club want him to stay on. But I just want answers. Like, do people really think that I don't want this to become a side thing. This isn't a witch hunt against Patrick. I actually want, I can't speak with Patrick on Twitter because when I speak with Patrick,
you get triggered on Twitter.
No, I don't get triggered. What it is when I ask you genuine questions on Twitter, I just get gifts back. So I don't get a genuine answer because bro, you're my bro. I want to know where you are. I want to know what your thought pattern is. Like, do people really want Maresca in February at Manchester City? Is that
Jesus Christ? Is that what people want? Maresca in February?
They're the type of weird things I'm seeing. So, does anyone think that the board, like anyone here, think that maybe the board might make a decision in the summer
So this is where I feel like I want to put my 2 pence in. Okay, so Pep currently, come the summer, has got 1 year left on his contract, correct?
Yeah.
So, right, my thinking is if he's not going to extend after that, and maybe it's been a bit rocky this season. Maybe a few managers come available. Maybe Enrique doesn't extend his contract. Maybe Xabi Alonso is still available. And Pep's only willing to stay for the next year. that's when I can understand a parting of ways, and I could potentially get on board with bringing somebody else in. That's not me saying Pep out. That's not me saying that's what I'd prefer, but it's me understanding it and understanding that, right, if he's only got 1 year left in his contract, we're not going to invest loads of money into him in the summer, and maybe it's time to get someone else in for now. Do you hear what I'm saying by that? Like, that's not, I'm not saying that we should get him out. I'm just saying if he's only going to stay for 1 extra year, or this is even that if he wants to stay for an extra year, because he might still leave in the summer. But if he wants to stay for an extra year, maybe there's an argument to be made that, well, if he's only going to stay 1 more year, why are we going to invest a lot in the summer? What's you know what I mean? There's not really much point in him staying 1 more extra year.
I think, as an example, Alan was on Monday, right? And Alan was making some really good points. You know, Alan, sometimes Alan, listen to the wise old man, because the wise old man is talking sense, right? And he was talking about factually the number of players we've bought recently, right? And the fact that they do have to get used to a different style of play, right? But then also the fact is these are players that haven't won like some of our senior players. We are a team that are going through transition. We are a team that are going through a rebuild, right? Now, everyone else gets given a couple of years for a rebuild. Why does the rebuild at Manchester City have to be done within 1 season, right?
What was the narrative 6-7 years ago when Pep signed a player? 8 years ago. What was the narrative when you joined Pep's team? What did they say? You need a year.
They need 1 season. They need a season.
Why all of a sudden are we not allowing that to be the case when you brought 10 new players in? So you allow one player to be a year to get used to it. We've now had maybe 6 to 10 players to that. Why all of a sudden it's got to be instant gratification? These players have got rid of gravity out with about 4. It's game over. Get him out. Why something that is increased tenfold is the answer to get rid of Pep?
But we're talking about a rebuild, and a rebuild taking years. Is he even going to want to stay for another 3 years to see out this rebuild and then see the rewards of the rebuild?
It's been 13 months for this rebuild.
Okay, but what I'm saying is Pep even going to stay for enough years to reap the rewards of the rebuild? Do you know what I'm saying?
The rebuild isn't for Pep; it's for our club.
Okay, but if it's Pep's system, he's bringing players in for Pep's system. He's bringing players in for his rebuild.
The players fit the club's ethos. Whether the next guy in, he's going to play the same way. You ain't going to get somebody coming sitting next that starts doing what Amarim does and starts fucking about because he wouldn't last 2 minutes. City have built a way to play from the youth system all the way up to the first team, and it'll stay for as long as we're alive. It just will.
Right.
It will, mate. It's not going anywhere, that.
It will. You don't think it'll be adapted at any point, no?
No, it'll always stay similar to what it is now.
All right, but it will be.
So what about if a manager
comes in similar twist, because everyone's the same, but it won't be like we're just going to turn into a 4-3-3 and start looking
No, definitely not. That was one of the key things when Pep came. Yeah,
it's a philosophy of City now.
Yeah.
Also, we don't know what's going on with Pep and his personal life and what he's thinking. He might not want, like I say, he might not want to be at City for too long. You know what I mean? He might not want to stay for another 3 years and live this rebuild and reap the rewards of success.
I think he's always taking it year by year. I genuinely think he's just probably going to see what it is. It's a final decision for him.
And that's one of my biggest things, right, is I don't know if I'm being a bit sentimental earlier, but we were talking about Arsenal as well, and Arsenal celebrating getting to a final yesterday, right? And I think anyone that's criticising Arsenal for celebrating yesterday are a bit like weird, to be honest, yeah. Because right now Arsenal are on a journey. We've been blessed to be on a journey, yeah, like the treble season, maybe even the four-peat. And we look back now, a couple of years later, we look back at that journey and we think, do you know what? As a football fan, I fucking wish I could live that again, right?
Yeah.
So let Arsenal celebrate, because right now they're on a journey. Same thing with Pep Guardiola, where I am with this whole thing at the moment. And Patrick, I guess this is to you a little bit, yeah, is that if this is Pep out of his decision or the club's decision, if this is Pep's last 3-4 months, I really, it would be fucking sad, yeah, if this last 3 or 4 months is basically not living the fucking best 3 or 4 months with Pep, and that it's all about trying to force him out of the club and making every loss. Like, I'll be honest, straight away after that game, because Bernardo Silva's probably getting a rest from getting hate at the moment because the hate is going towards Pep and solely Pep. But straight away, we draw that game and it's become, that was Pep's fault. Now, I'll I'll be honest with you. This group of players we have 2-0 up against that group of fucking that group of
Spurs.
Tottenham fans. Yeah. That's not on the manager. That's on the players. Sorry. That game was again, and quite a few games this season. I'm not looking at Pep. I'm looking at the players saying there's problems with your mentality. So what I'm trying to say is all of this, let's fucking celebrate the last 3 months of Pep being here. Because this show is not supposed to be a Pep show. Go and look at the title, right? I kind of want this whole Pep thing to be put to bed. And in the summer, yeah, Pep and the board will make a decision. Until then, as a fan base, yeah, if we're actually all Manchester City fans, we might have our opinion, but no decision is going to be made until the summer. Why can't we just fucking enjoy him? But because it might be, bro, Pep might go and fucking Pep might end up going and not fucking loving City the way he loved City for 9 years. Because of what we are doing as a fan base, like
I think you always love us.
Well,
You always love us.
I can't lie, bro. To sit there and say he'll always love us, yeah. If I saw your Twitter, Patrick, I wouldn't love you.
He ain't gonna
My Twitter is not that bad. It's very balanced. Look at this morning. I said support our manager.
I've openly had to block you, Patrick, because I can't handle it for now, mate. It's just when I see
I know you blocked me for I saw that. I was like, you're supposed to be
Oh my God, he's very balanced. I blocked you.
It's not. I can take a lot of social media.
I just honestly, like honestly, and listen, what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to sway anyone's opinion on whether they think Pep should be City's manager or not, right? A decision, I think most of us would agree in the summer is when the decision should be the summer, yeah, not now. Let's fucking nothing we're gonna do. We can all be negative, keep screaming whatever our opinion is, but come on,
you know these end of season meetings where Pep goes out to Abu Dhabi and sees Sheikh Mansour and sits down with Cardu and they have a chat about it. Do you think every year he's gone out and the first thing they say to him, "Do you want to carry on next year?" I think it's probably one of the first things they ask him.
Yeah, probably.
So they're probably asking him every year for the last 9 years.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be any different this year. They'll ask him.
And straight away, see, again, this is, I don't know, we live in a world where it seems to be like you have to be this side or that side, right? So someone's just said, so it's Pep FC then. If that's what you're taking from what I'm saying, yeah, you're one of those people. No, I'm not Pep FC. I'm a Manchester City fan, right? But the decision will be made in the summer. There's nothing we can do now. We can sit here and keep trying to force an absolute club legend out of the club, or actually we can just leave it and trust the board, trust Pep, and let that happen in the summer.
So, by the way, apologies for being late. Can I jump in that? Big up, mate. Long time no speak. Hope everyone's good. Got to disagree with you.
We are. There's no. This is not a war. I really, and especially with the
No. But I'm just
become this is. We all have opinions, and everyone is entitled to them.
I disagree with you on that. You can't shoot. I think it has become a sides thing.
I'm not taking.
I think it has, and this is part of the problem. Everyone's gone into the Pep camp. Some have gone in the Pep out camp, and I think that's where people are. Because I think the way it's been talked about is so emotional in a subjective manner.
Yeah, of course.
You are going to take sides in it. And don't forget, it's weird. To many City fans, this is our guy. And the other thing is, that Fergie was never talked about like this.
Yeah, I know.
Fergie went 3 years and didn't do now and never got this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Some City fans aren't going to like this. We are sounding spoiled.
I mean,
you're actually right.
We are, and Patrick made a good point. We have been spoiled.
Yeah, I have no problem with saying, listen, have we been a spoiled fan base? Yeah, we have. 1,000% we have. But at the end of the day, if you said to someone, why do you want Pep out? They'll never give you the true answer. They'll give you, it's gone stale, it's done this. There's one reason they want him out, Daps. because we're not winning the title.
Yeah.
And they think a new manager will automatically win them the title.
Yeah.
Because you've got to understand there are some people, and by the way, I keep saying this, if you support City for 5 minutes or 40 or 50, it doesn't matter.
Do you think people could be looking at what happened with Klopp going and then Arne Slot coming in and winning straight away and thinking that's going to happen with City? Because that's an anomaly.
No, it's to do with the title for me. And always is.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Klopp fell off a little bit and they brought Slot in and he won the league straight away. So.
So what do you mean, Taurus? What do you mean by this conversation? Daps and Martin are happy with this. 2 seasons without a fucking trophy. That's embarrassing.
Thank you.
Sorry, Taurus. I'll be honest. Am I happy with 2 seasons without a trophy? No, right? I'm happy, when we're winning trophies. But am I fucking I'm realistic. I'm 43 years of age, bro. I know that winning a trophy every single season, right, is not realistic. What I am happy about is that I do believe this is the important thing, that our board has shown us, they're not going to let us drop off a cliff. Now, that is why I will repeat what I am saying. I am leaving it down to the board in the summer to sit with Pep and come up with a decision for the good of Manchester City Football Club, right? I'm not screaming my agenda because it's not my job to. It's my job to support the club, right? It's not my job to make these decisions. And I'm happy that our board has shown enough for me to know they're not going to let us drop off a cliff. Please don't start saying that I'm happy that we're not winning trophies. But at the same time, to me, I'm not going to cry my eyes out that we're not coming first every single season. That's just not... Bro, you know what? If in life you come first in everything, then salute to you and fucking you're an amazing human being. But that isn't the real world, bro. It's not.
No,
a lot of these fans, right? And a lot of the fans that are wanting Pep out, and this genuinely could be City fans that go to the game, all the way up to fans in different countries, right? All different levels. A lot of them don't really understand what they're wanting because, believe me, once Pep's gone, we'll never ever achieve what we've done now. So, what they're asking for, they don't really want to deal with the consequences because to them, the next person comes in, it's another title. That's not going to happen. They want Pep out, but the consequences don't really affect them. They don't affect them the way it would affect a real hardcore City fan who lives and breathes it every day, like a lot of us do. And that can be anyone across the... If you really are affected by the players that and the managers and stuff like that, and then you don't want something to end because some reactionary, quick judgment online. Whereas a lot of these people online who are the ones that are the loud voices, and a lot of them in the chat here, the consequences of Pep being here or not being here doesn't really change their life that much because they'll just constantly be hating anyway. They're hate merchants. So even if the next guy comes in and he wins the title and they don't win anything in 2 years, they want him gone. And for them, it's just like a constant cycle of misery. They prefer that rather than what the reality is. You're not entitled to win everything. The fact that we've won, is it 20-odd trophies in 10 years? That is the anomaly. Look at every single team in Premier League history, English football history. We are at the very, very top of what we've done. So you got to get your levels of expectations and adjust them a little bit. By the way, I said before, we're second in the league. We're going to we're going to be in the final of Carabao. We're in the top 8 of the cup. All it takes is 10 wins of football, and we could have another treble in our hands. You just don't know.
Sorry.
So where we are now, it's like the gap is between normality and the normal gap in the middle, and you've got your reactions and underreactions. It's now gone like that. There's no middle ground anymore. I mean, sorry, it's gone like that. There's no middle ground. It's all hyperbole overreactions and drama mutants and crying. There's nothing in it. The middle bit, the little sliver in the middle of normal people, the voices both sides are just impossible to deal with.
And Nitin, can I just... So I can bet my life we will achieve far greater with modern day manager with tactics which works in modern day game. I presume when you say this, you're talking better than we're currently achieving, and you're not talking about better
winning a quadruple.
Because I presume you're meaning that, right? That we can't achieve better. That for me, I don't believe there's no one that has achieved better than what we achieved during that period. Right, yeah. So he said yes. Fair enough. Now, and by the way,
the same guy you
this is the thing. I I don't disagree with what Nitin is saying. I would love that we can have these conversations where we say, this isn't a Pep in or Pep out thing. This is when Pep leaves, right? What should we do for us to get back to where we should be, right? Like, because for me personally, I love the story of Vincent Kompany coming in and doing a fucking 5p while doing a couple of trebles, right? And getting 100 points again and playing Centurion football. I'd love that narrative more than anyone else. But is it realistic? Really?
Him coming in doing that, or him coming in and being sacked in 6 months?
And that's my worry.
What's
the more likely a salute to that?
What's that what happened with Frank Lampard?
Hold on,
we don't want him to come in and tarnish his legacy. You know what I mean?
I don't want that. But then also, so let's say it's not Vinny for a second. Let's say it's Enrique. Enrique comes in and again, Enrique doesn't achieve more than Pep has achieved, right? Are we then going to be saying, yeah, you know what? Enrique's not good enough. And then at that point, are we getting to a point where we're just literally Chelsea FC and we're just fucking...
Wait, this is what I mean, though. We're going to be with like the idea that there's a better manager than Pep out there is ridiculous. We're going to be waiting generations and generations and generations to see someone as good as Pep that's changed football in the way Pep has and come to Manchester City and change Man City in the way Pep has. That's not going to happen. So if people are thinking that Pep's going to leave and we're going to bring someone in, or there's managers out there that are as good as Pep that can do what Pep has done, they need to give their head a wobble because that's unrealistic. You know, what Pep's done...
That's
go on, man.
Patrick, you know this isn't a witch hunt on you as well, right?
No. I have so many answers for all of you. First of all, I have said it multiple times. Number one, everybody knows that if Pep Guardiola left Man City are not going to be the same. Everybody knows that. There's no one who's an idiot who thinks that if Pep Guardiola leaves. But the thing is, people don't even listen to me. Maybe, a lot of people have been asking me, do a video and explain yourself. I haven't done one yet because I haven't had time, but here's an explanation.
Do one.
No. I don't have time. I don't have time. Anyway, what does someone say? Fabregas is not even doing very well. He's not even in the top, but he's playing good football. Is that what I'm looking for? I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm looking for someone to come here and just lie to me and deceive me. Finish number 6 and play beautiful football. Nobody is asking for trophies. I'm not asking for trophies every single season. Not even once have I written that. I said it a long time ago before everybody gave up. I said we're not going to win the trophy this season. I said we're not winning the Premier League. Forget about the Champions League. You're dreaming. And even right now as we stand, if somebody still thinks there's hope, you're lying to yourself. I think Pep Guardiola himself said this is going to be a special season. I think he did not mean it's going to be special as winning trophies. Because first of all, the team doesn't look ready. Haaland looks very uninterested. That's another one who I want to talk about. He looks uninterested. It looks like he's undroppable, so he doesn't care. But I know that if Fabregas comes to City, he's not going to win trophies for me. But am I willing to give Fabregas a chance? Yes, because I don't know what Fabregas is going to do. Nobody knew who Pep Guardiola was before he took over the Barcelona team. So why are people predicting that there would not be another manager that can come in and also maybe do half of what he's done?
Because it's like three managers of all time that have reached a level or a status that people are willing to agree is in that like upper echelon of managers ever. You know, you're looking at Cruyff, you're looking at Pep Guardiola, you're looking at Sir Alex Ferguson. So what are the odds that it's all right, we'll get one of Cesc Fabregas, Vincent Kompany.
Can I ask you something?
They're going to be in that echelon.
Okay, when Pep Guardiola left Barcelona, who took over? Enrique, right? What did he win? He won a treble. Did anybody know Enrique was going to win a treble after Pep?
It was Pep's team, all right.
I know it was. That's what I'm saying. If somebody can come in and just fumble.
What are you saying?
Barcelona fans didn't destroy him on the way out. Barcelona fans.
Sorry. Can I just ask everyone, because my opinion is, right, I do think at some point Pep is going to leave, right? And my biggest thing is, I'm going to keep saying this, is I don't want this fan base split apart the way it is. I don't want there to be this, like, because either way, when Pep leaves, we should celebrate what fucking Pep has done for this football club. Let's not make it hellish for him, but let's move on from that for a second, because Pep will be leaving, whether it be this summer or next summer. Likely. If we're looking at Fabregas...
Wait, how many years are left on his contract?
1 year after this summer.
1 year after this summer.
18 months.
Sorry, bro. Surely you know this. The amount you tweet about the guy, surely you know this, bro.
I don't. I'm just in. So, okay, can I ask something? Why?
This is where I am convinced it's rage bait. Because if you really wanted him out this much, you probably would have gone and looked at how long he had left on his contract. I'm convinced this is rage bait.
I don't think this way. Anyway, what was I about to say?
You don't think it's rage bait? You're the one saying.
So everyone on this panel is telling me that they think Pep Guardiola is going to stay beyond this. I just think, personally, himself, I don't think he's going to stay.
I'm not saying that.
I don't think he's going to stay. I think he's going to leave.
I'm saying that I'd be open to him leaving if he was only going to extend 1 more year. Because
why are you open to him leaving if you think he's the best manager? Why are you open to him leaving?
I don't want him to leave.
If he's only going to stay 1 more year, why would we invest loads more money into
rebuild?
I mean, that's an idea. I would want Pep to stay, right? I would want Pep to stay. When I say opened is a bit too, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'd be slightly more on board with that. Like, if in my ideal world, I want Pep to stay for as long as we can keep him. If he's only going to stay 1 more year after the summer, even if he is going to stay 1 more year after the summer, I can understand why we would bring somebody else in and
staying 1 more year after the summer.
How do you know he's going to stay 1 year? Pulpy, do you know? You don't know that.
Contract.
No. But at this point,
but you don't know that he's going to live out his contract.
So Louis, to be fair, right, we don't know either way. What we do, so when you don't know the answer either way, you have to look at kind of facts, right? And the fact is that he's never broke a contract before. So the likelihood is, on the here and now of what we factually know, right, he will stay another season because he's never broken a contract before. So I would say at this point, I think he's going to stay another contract. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If for the good of the football club in the summer, because Pep could turn around, like as an example, and this is just an example, Pep is doing a lot of, recently, Pep seems to be getting very in touch with making the world a better place, right? So there is a world where Pep Guardiola could decide, do you know what? I actually want, this summer, when it gets this summer, Pep could sit there and say, do you know what? I actually am ready to do something else in my life. Now, the club could then go, do you know what, Pep? Maybe timing is everything. And actually, for the club, because maybe if you're not as invested in things as much, it's time for you to move. Speaking tour. It's time for you to go and do what you want to do, and then someone else takes over and continues your legacy. Yeah. Now, I'm interested in that. I'm happy Fabregas is being mentioned, by the way, because I really like the look of Fabregas. Like Pulpy and Martin, this one, and Louis, this one to you, not to if Pep made the decision in the summer that it was time for him to leave. And would you be for Fabregas, or were you a company?
I'm not even a company.
No, I'm not company. I don't think company.
Who are you, Pulpy? Who would you want, Pulpy?
You know what, right? I see people mentioning Luis Enrique. The guy's openly said he doesn't ever want to work in England. So I don't know why everyone's trying to drag him over when he said no. And then you've got
he also can't go group stages of the Champions League my way, which Pep did.
Yeah, I mean Xabi Alonso, no.
No, I'm not too keen on Alonso.
Football to us, sorry, but no. Maresca, not over my dead body.
Yeah, I'm not
having. No, I'm sorry, I'm not having that. That's even less enticing than Fabregas. I just don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to it because until that day comes, I'm not worrying about it because right now I think Pep's the right man for the job.
Yeah. But at the same time, I do believe that we should be able to have conversations about a succession plan, right? And it not turn into an all-out war of who's Pep in, who's Pep out. For me, I'm making it very clear. I am Pep in, and I will never be Pep out. But one day Pep will leave, and to have a conversation about, like, this is YouTube. Martin, you own a channel. Louis, you own a channel. I own a channel. Patrick owns a channel. As City fans, we want to have conversations about future, like what the future plans are. Yeah. So I do think we can have conversations. I'm just intrigued at who people want. Like,
see, I'm different on that. I'm different on that. I'm starting to shut down them conversations. Do you know why? People can call it police and whatever they want. There's a time and a place, and they're saying the time and the place. I'm sorry, but it's not.
Yeah, but at the same time, if we're on like,
hang on, one minute, because I've been shut down about. One sec, please. I'm gonna finish this. Pep Guardiola, we are in a semi-final of a trophy. We are in the last 16 of the Champions League. We are only 6 points off Arsenal, and we're doing this succession plan. Give your heads a wobble.
No, I don't see.
I'm sorry, we never did this succession plan at any point.
But we can't. Right. So here's the one thing.
Have a conversation about it.
Hold on. Here's the one thing we can't do, because I pulled up. Hold on, Martin. I pulled up a United fan the other day that tried doing this. Oh, we never used to do this, bro. When we were shit, there was no such thing as YouTube, right? Now, as a channel, so because we have this platform, we're just having a conversation, right? That's all we're doing is having a conversation. We're not saying, like, me personally, I don't know if it is right for Pep to continue after this season, because I don't know what's inside Pep's head. If Pep actually has decided...
But you'll never know what's inside his head. All you're going to do is send yourself inside.
No, and that's why, hold on, and that's why I'm not going to have a conversation about whether Pep should go or not. But a conversation about what managers are available and who would you like out there. If you're saying that, like, and it's up to you what you do on your channel, but as a YouTube channel, as a football fan, if you're in the pub, and one thing when I started football YouTube was that I wanted it to be like when I'm in the pub. Now, when you're in the pub, you have conversations about what players you would like to sign in the summer. You have conversations about who might be the right next manager of Manchester City. Shit, I have conversations about who the next right manager for Manchester City is with fucking diehard fans on European away trips, right? So if it can happen there, why can a conversation about who the right people for the job in the future not happen in this platform without it turning into a civil war?
I don't think everyone, I'll be honest with you, I think it's doing it in a pub with 5 people is very different than doing it 5,000 people. That's just my opinion. It's why I won't do it. Because I used to think no one listened, and I didn't. It was just 5 people having a chat. And then I was getting DMs like, oh, Martin, everything you say, we're listening to. Whatever. Then I started realising, shit, what we're saying has an influence. It's going out to everywhere.
Yeah, I do hear that, and you don't...
I'm sorry, no, I don't want to be, and by the way, this is your opinion, I say, I don't want to be responsible for inciting issues. I'm sorry that there is an issue in this fan base right now. We can stick our head in the sand and pretend it ain't there.
There is.
And everything else. I'm not doing it.
I hear you. I hear you 100%. That's exactly what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be an in, out, and all that shit.
I don't want it. Look at the title. Now, when I was 6 months ago, you're wanting happy.
I'm not. No, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not.
You've seen the comments to Pulpy online.
I think it's an interesting point. I've not thought about that.
People are being dicks. End of.
It's an interesting point,
definitely.
At the same
Martin, some people are being absolute dicks. Anyone that is making this about Pep out, for me, I'm not a fan of, because I want to enjoy what could be the last couple of months of Pep. But also, I do think having a conversation about if Pep decides to leave, or if the club decides to get rid of Pep, what managers might be good options. I don't think you have to shut down those conversations.
You talk about I don't talk about my next girlfriend while I'm still with my current girlfriend. Oh, I won't mind a bit of that. Well, I'm not.
Martin, I'm telling you now, you've been involved in conversations at games or on away trips with City fans, diehard City fans, game-going City fans. All right, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
I couldn't tell you what I haven't.
But I think that is a conversation that people have, though. I would say I look at the news, right, and I see say I went on Instagram or whatever, and I've seen City have written up a 3-man shortlist or whatever, and then I go to spoons for my mate with a pint. We're gonna talk about it. It's gonna come up for conversation. But Martin, I do. Wait, let me finish.
That's the media. I blame the media for it.
Okay,
the media are causing this because last season they did a succession plan, and then Pep extended. People, I think, because of the media and everyone is so emotional, everyone's everywhere, and that's where I think Ornstein and everyone else are doing a pitch poor job. So remember Jack Garn? Jack Garn told everyone on parade day Pep was gone.
Sorry, I was just checking my phone.
Jack Garn told everyone on parade day he was going. You know the club bollocked him for that.
But for me, right? But for me, I said this on Monday. If I would hope that the club do make a decision before the season ends, right? Because if Pep,
I want to give him a goodbye. You want to give him a goodbye for me. That is leaving.
Yeah.
You know what it is to me? Fans are trying to manage the club.
Yeah,
that's where I think I'm frustrated.
Anyway, I didn't. If you look at the title, I didn't want this to be a Pep conversation, but at the same time, I just wanted, like, to me, I've been rattled by some of Patrick's tweets, yeah, because I love Patrick.
I'm sorry, Dabs, if I've rattled you. I'm sorry. And you know what? From now on, Dabs, I've just realized I went to my Twitter when. Very impolite of me with the gifs here. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
No, I'm saying from now on, I'm not going to answer you with pictures or gifs. I think I'll be answering you with a statement. You know what?
A statement. Right,
I know, and you know what? I love Pep. Even Martin knows I love Pep. I would get a Pep tattoo today if I wanted to.
I just know you're the troll. I know you're the troll. Hold on. I just ignore you now.
Maybe Martin can answer me on your behalf because you have not answered any of my questions. Because I'm not trying to. Martin, does Patrick love Pep?
He does.
I think he does. Do you know the thing with Patrick? No. Patrick knows because listen, I fell for it about 2 years ago. I was where you were and where Pulpy was. And I just rang Patrick up and said, I'll be honest, can I swear? I went, you being a dick? Oh, what you being a dick for? And he went, you know what? And he started laughing at me and he went, I'm just, he said, what I do is I stick a tweet out, I sit in my chair when I'm bored and I watch it. And I went,
but look now. Poppy blocked me, so I cannot trigger Poppy now. I'm going to have to find another way.
Because Patrick, some of the stuff, and this is the thing, I don't want to change anyone's opinions, and I understand people's opinions on, like, people are entitled to their opinions. Look, Savio, I'm not a fan of Savio, right? I can't even put my finger on.
You hate Savio. You hate Savio.
No, I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anyone, bro. It's certainly not City players. Savio frustrates me. That's what it is as a player. By the way, I'm meaning as a football player. Any of the stuff away from a footballer is fucking mental, and that will never be me. But as a footballer, for some reason, so I'm not trying to change anyone's opinions, and sometimes you're just wrong and strong. I might be wrong, and I want Savio to keep proving me wrong, right? When he gets back fit, hopefully, because Savio could come in, and you know what? Savio might help to balance out this team at the moment. We
need him, right? We need him right now, you know. In a funny way, we actually need Savio right now.
Right, let's just want to do the super chats quickly. So Spartacus said, just buying the best players is not what wins us the league. You need to buy profiles that can complement each other. That is where the club has gone wrong. Do you know what? This is probably one of the most sensible super chats on the most unsensible streams I've ever seen. It is literally spot on. Probably to go alongside that is, I saw a stat once that something like 1 in 3 players land, right? 1 in 3 players land. So when we've bought 15 players, it's fair to say that some of these players are not going to gel with each other. Some of these players are not going to do exactly what they say on the tin. So I think this is a really, really good super chat. Probably. And
by the way, that's bang on. Because you'll notice a little bit of it. Have you ever noticed at the moment, because the way one is, if a player bangs, it's behind as a god.
Yeah.
The player
Yeah,
flops. He's a Pep guy.
Yeah.
You know what he's at the minute.
Yeah. Well, like I said, at the moment, everything is fine to blame Pep. Sorry, let's just. Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, is that super chat suggesting that that's all we do then, is buy the best players, and that's where
No. He's saying that's what people want.
He's saying that's what people think.
Okay.
Buy the best players, and everything's fine. Okay. What he's saying is that ultimately, at the moment, that maybe not enough planning's going into it. Maybe.
Yeah, but I've said this to Pulp 1,000 times. We forget that team that won us, that gave us our best moments, probably apart from our marriages or our kids being born, took 7 years.
Yeah. Facts. Big facts. And
what has happened is, because we've already reached that destination, people, this is just my opinion now, I think people don't want to do the patience to get back in it. What they want to do now is, the rebuild's 12 months, bang, we go. And we're right back to where we were. That is just, unfortunately, don't want to wait 5 years.
And could that be
4 years like Chelsea again.
Sorry, and could that be under Pep? It could be.
It could be. It might not be. Listen, I'm no problem with, like you said, a conversation. I just think the conversation, let the board have it for now.
Yeah.
As fans, I'm sorry, this is me being old. Our job is to stand. We are in a semi-final tonight. We are
Martin,
90 minutes.
I hope you realise now, Martin. I hope you realise now that I'm no longer going to be rattled. Spend my time being rattled by Patrick's Twitter. What I'm going to do is I'm now going to have my fucking goggles out on every single video you do. And if I see a predicted lineup, I'm going to be pulling you up and say, "Don't talk about the future. Live in the moment."
No. I didn't say that. I said. I should talk about that because that's what I'm talking about. When we are in semi-finals and the last 16s of Champions League, we've got to back the boys.
Yeah.
We can still back the boys, but can I just say something? Right?
You can still back the boys and have a conversation in the pub beforehand.
Because, can I just say something, right? So
you're not in a pub. You're from
on here or on. Let me speak. We should come on here or on social media every time and only do match reactions and match previews. Or can we have a conversation about something that's very poignant that's going on in the club or in the media? Because essentially we have to talk about things, and if there's something going on, we can't just go. Let's just ignore that. If there's something loud going on,
what's going on? What you're doing is going on bit about Pep. What do you mean?
Nobody at
the stadium talks about Pep going.
But there's a conversation. What was that? Sorry, I didn't.
No one at the stadium talks about Pep going.
But you don't think people are going to go to the stadium tonight and there'll be conversations going on about what's going on in the fan base?
They're doing it much 2 or 3. There's not a big boo and a big all this.
Yeah, but there doesn't have to be a big boo and a big all this for us to have a conversation.
These conversations come around at this time of year every year.
Yeah,
we're talking about this in March, February next year.
And depending on how we're performing is dependent on what the angle is. I hear what you're saying. I want to get through this.
I'm not dictating anything. No, what I'm saying is I'm allowing my opinion. I don't want to get involved in the conversation.
100% you are. Yeah, 100%.
Let them do what they want to do. People don't want to watch my channel. Don't watch my channel.
Yeah, right. We're going to move on because I want to get through the super chats.
My job is to back the boys, not declare who's in the manager.
Martin, let's move on. Please. 4 hardcore fans and 1 imposter in this panel. Apologies. The southern accent does it for me. I can't lie. It's got to be me. KP Masters. Now, Masters is a very interesting word because we're going to move on to that in a minute. Deep down, I don't think City fans want Pep out. I agree. We just want to see some change in the mood. Also agree. I hear an explanation from him on what's going on. Yeah. Maybe. Appreciate the super chat. Where are we? Another one from KP Masters. This constant mirage of mystery of his tactics, team selection, decision doesn't help the fan base. Yeah, maybe, but I'm going to be consistent with what I've always said with this. Pep is a madman. Pep does come up with weird and wonderful things, and we talk about it when we don't win games. We don't talk about when we win games, and his win ratio is far better than his lose ratio. So I would never want Pep to change because it's that has got us where we are. Is this still the right job for him? I don't know. Sometimes people need to part ways for the good of either of them and for their own decision. That's not for me to make that decision on. And finally, I'm fairly certain if he explained himself properly, fans would be more understanding. But the uncertainty and mixed messages is what frustrates fans.
What does he need to explain? Why we're not playing so well? I think it's bloody obvious why we're not playing so well. We've had injuries hanging out of our arse for 12 months, 15 months of injuries. Now, I'm not going to sit here and complain because other teams have injuries as well. It's not what I'm saying. But we've had significant amount of injuries for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
If we had our full squad, bearing in mind a couple of injuries here and there, we wouldn't be in the situation we are now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have.
Do you understand people like that? People text their mate now and go, "What did you have for breakfast?" Because we want to know the ins and outs of the cat's house now.
Oh, okay. So before we move on, I agree with you, yeah. But Martin, that's just the way the world is, right?
Well, I don't want to be part of that world. Then I'm sorry, I'm not going to say that's just the world for people being idiots. I can't excuse idiocy. That's the way the world is.
And people, I think you're trying to say people having a conversation about who might be City's next manager doesn't make them an idiot.
All right, so you're in a job and someone's having a chat with you about your job the next day when you're doing all right. You've been the greatest guy there. Would you be all right with that?
As a manager, yes. My manager always.
But he's a football. He's a football manager.
Very different.
But he's also a football manager. The club guy getting paid hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds.
So hold on,
as a fan base who back him and
he's our greatest ever manager.
Hold on,
greatest ever manager.
Martin, don't do that weird different then. Like managers having succession plans isn't a me decision.
No, but that's for the board, not for the fans. We can't sign players. We can't sell players.
We're going round in circles.
Yeah, we're going round in circles here.
Can I just address what was just said? Right. So I don't know who needs to hear this again come from my mouth, but part of my conversation a minute ago was I understand that every club has injuries, which you can't blame injury and performance. But we have had a lot of injuries and clubs get injuries. So can you accept that I said both of those things and not like I'm glazing over the fact that it's injuries that are a problem? I'm saying we've had a lot of injuries for a long time. Is that wrong?
No.
Rodri's been out for 15 months. Kovacic has been out for the best part of a year on and off. We've had no Stones. Ake's got legs that are made out of plasticine.
Bro, the
injuries affect us because they are core players to our team, and we're not.
And everyone does. And by the way, everyone has injuries, but having Vardiel, Diaz, when you've already got fucking Ake playing through an injury, Stone's injured. For Diaz and Vardiel to get injured, Nunes to fall unwell, and Gonzalez to get injured as well, all at the same time.
Somebody said Spurs have 12 players injured out. Good for them. They managed to get over the line with a depleted squad. We've done it before. What I'm saying is consistently to go for the big trophies, we are short because we've got injuries, and they are key injuries.
I personally think at the moment as well, with everything that's going on at City, some of it is Pep's fault. I said last season, I would put the away from injuries and whatever else last season, because that did impact us. Pep made some really bad decisions last season, right? And Pep was also going through. Why did he make those bad decisions? Probably because of what was happening off pitch. This season, Pep has made some bad decisions as well. So Pep has definitely made some decisions, but injuries have also impacted us. Now, let's move on. People don't know what the likes are on, but they're definitely way, way, way too low from what I heard earlier on. So people, there's 360 of you in here. Can I please ask that you check that your like button is lit? We need it to be well into the 150, 200 mark for a show like this. Right. I've got I got played some audio earlier on, right? I don't know when it came out. So maybe Martin, maybe Pulpy, maybe Louis, maybe Patrick can help me. This Richard Masters audio where he's basically talking about the Premier League and that they want different teams to win the Premier League.
It was about 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's old.
So why is it just come around now? Why all of a sudden is it?
I don't know why it's come around. It's about 5-6 years old.
It slots into the narrative that Pep said, that Rodri said about they don't want us to win.
Yeah.
That's literally the only reason.
Right, so someone's just grabbed hold of it and ran with that.
It's from 2020, isn't it?
I can't lie. It is mad, though. I hadn't
Of course
heard
they
it.
want, of course they want that. They would. Why would they want it to be not that? They wouldn't want the Premier League, to be a procession every year because it becomes less.
I don't believe the whole thing though that like the officials are against us and all that. I'm not bad.
But neither does Pep. Pep came out and said it. I mean, Pep. The way Pep said it was perfect. No, I do not believe that they go into a meeting room, sit round, and go, right, how are we going to get? Some
fans would have you believe that they set up before.
They're the same fans that are calling for Pep out
and stuff and tell you like this is how we're going to screw City. They just don't. It's just. You have to trust that the professionals doing the job to the best of their ability until proven otherwise.
Flipping heck. So ultimately, you've confirmed that is old news. That's fine. So it's just thank you because I was looking for it. Someone showed me it on the stream I was on before, and I started looking for it and couldn't find it anywhere. And thought, well, so you've explained that. I'm going to remove that from the title. Okay, so let's talk football. Newcastle. Any of you not worried tonight?
Nope.
I can't sit here and say City you're definitely going through and I'm not booking my ticket to Wembley because what I saw against Spurs was so bad that I can't now. Obviously, Newcastle. In fact, it's not that different because Spurs are shit. So I can't then sit here and say that Newcastle. I'm full of confidence against Newcastle and we've got 90 minutes against them when we were 2-0 up with 45 minutes against Spurs and bottled that. So no, I'm not massively confident.
Yeah, okay.
I am. Hotel booked. Everything's booked. I'm ready to roll down. I think we'll slap these up tonight.
I'll tell you what, Martin. I'll be flipping open so, man.
I tell you what. I wish I could clip. Like, I wish with AI I could say, go and find every single time that Martin's been confident going into a game this season.
How can you be that, Martin? Can I just ask how like what? Where's this confidence coming from when what you saw against Spurs on Sunday? Does that not,
Because I think we're going through a bad patch.
Okay, so why are you so confident?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
You know why? Because it's a semi-final. Pep don't lose semi-finals.
I'd have said.
Martin, Pep, City don't lose title races. Are we still winning the league?
I was about to say,
Can I just say one thing? I watched something last night. You know, in 22-23, and I know I'm going to win all this, we were different. Just chuck this at you all right now. Do you know how many points Arsenal were ahead of us in 22-23 in April?
Hold on, Martin. Great fact.
8 points.
Great fact. Are we still going to win the league, Martin?
We're not out of it.
Okay. I mean, listen.
Yeah, that is a great fact.
I actually remember going into the
Newcastle 9 points behind the Rags.
I remember going into the Newcastle home game last season, and I was a little bit worried, right? And I think did we beat them? Was it 4-1 or 4-0? The Marmoush hat-trick game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember that. Marmoush scored a hat-trick against Arsenal.
4-0.
I'll tell you what it is.
Was it 4-0, Colpy? But I just like, so correct me if I'm wrong, Gahey can't play.
Nope.
Cherki is a late fitness test.
Mm-hmm.
Doku, I would imagine, won't be playing. He's injured.
Yeah, Doku's out, yeah. The one for me is, would you play Nico G or Rodri?
I'll play Nico G if he's fit.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with Rodri, right? I feel that Rodri at the moment, his form's not good. However, if we want Rodri to get back anywhere near where Rodri was, then you have to play him through this, right? Because the only way Rodri is now, I think we would all agree pretty much that Rodri is now looking fit. Yeah, it's not okay. Maybe he still isn't quite up to being at his best for 90 minutes physically, but he's certainly a lot better. What Rodri now needs is game time to get so that he understands time on the ball and his passing range. That's only going to come with time. So if we're going to start dropping him, then we're not going to ever get Rodri back to where he needs to be.
It's a good
point. I hear that.
70 minutes tonight.
Yeah?
You'll start and play 70 minutes.
Yeah.
All being well, the results go in our favour. You'll play. That's what you're playing.
I just don't. It's Rodri at the moment, mate. He gets skipped past like an old man. I hear what you're saying, though. No, I understand what you're saying.
If we don't play him like Rodri right now, is looking like, as an example, I think he's losing the ball a little bit because he's dwelling on the ball a bit much. That's first season Rodri, when he was just getting used to the Premier League. You've got to remember, after the amount of time he's had out, he has to get back used to the pace of the game. That's one thing. Because you can see the way his brain is working is the same, right? The way he still can play little passes, little triangles, and move the ball quickly, that's the same. But Rodri's losing the ball, and also when he's pinging long passes, they're not always coming off because his passing range is not there. The only way they're going to get back is by playing him through it. I just think
I understand that.
1 minute. My front door's banging away. Just give me 1 sec, mate.
I mean, Poppy, who do you think we play in centre backs today?
The best two we've got, Kusanov and Ake. So that's the only option.
And then O'Reilly back on the left.
I wouldn't be surprised if O'Reilly's in midfield again.
Really?
Yeah. Just because we need.
I think he wants to start maybe playing Aït-Nouri still. Yeah, you know what I mean? Keep him getting the string against.
Yeah, I think Aït-Nouri needs to get a bit of rhythm.
What did you think, actually? What did you think of Aït-Nouri against Tottenham, by the way?
He weren't great, was he?
But I don't think he was.
I can't even really remember much of Aït-Nouri against Spurs. I think that whole game was just a blur to me. But Aït-Nouri didn't even flip in. Yeah, I can't really remember much from him, to be honest.
All right, and then Núñez on the right, I presume. I would imagine
it's 3:10 school time, innit?
Oh, it is. Yeah, my daughter will be on soon. So I would imagine centre back is in goal. I would imagine it's going to be Trafford, right?
Yeah.
I
think it should be Trafford. If Pep's
agree.
going to stick to his thing, it should be Trafford, even if we're in the final.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, where is everyone at? And so, Louis, I think Louis, are you saying you'd go with Gonzalez over Rodri tonight?
Well, no, after what you just said, and that's actually swayed me. No, I do think if we're going to get Rodri back to full fitness, we should play him in this game, especially considering we've got a 2-goal cushion. What better time to,
I would.
Yeah, no, I agree. Play Rodri, yeah.
Nico and Rodri, yeah?
No, I'd go with Nico over Rodri, say Rodri for Liverpool, because Newcastle have to come out. The 2 down, they've got to score.
Yes. Yeah.
I keep saying this is where I will. You see, maybe I should have worded it better. Earlier, I want to have the Pep conversation in a tactical way, not in a good, bad. So here's my tactical side of it. When we can't play transitional with Rodri in the team. Not until Rodri learns it and is fully back to fitness. I think Nico G with transitional is excellent and we can play it.
Sorry, do you still think it's a fitness thing with Rodri then? Do you still think it's a fitness thing with Rodri?
No, I think it's just getting him, match fitness.
Match fit, right? Yeah.
And I also think because remember, Rodri didn't play in a transitional team when he went. When he was injured 18 months ago, we didn't do transitional.
Yeah.
Now he's come back into an 11, which do sometimes play it. And I think he's struggling to adapt to that as well, which is fine. So tonight, with Newcastle having to open the game up, I think we should go transitional football, catch him on the break, and that's why I think we'll slap them 3 or 4 tonight.
I think you need that. I think we need some composure and cool heads in the middle to slow things down tonight. Because if they come out early, if they get a goal
and slap them up. I want to see they've got no crying by half time in that place.
They've got no Bruno and no Joe Linton, I believe. Is that right?
Potentially, but it doesn't Spurs didn't have anything at the weekend, and they still managed to run through us. So,
but front four's different. I've got Semenyo, Mamouche, Haaland, Foden. I'm resting Cherki for the weekend.
I don't think Cherki will start either. I don't
think Cherki starts. I think we've got to rest him.
Yeah, that's why I've got Foden there, Semenyo on the right, Mamouche on the left, Haaland up the middle. Let's have fun games.
Does anyone?
Let's have fun in games. I'm not as confident as you.
Nah, I'm nowhere near as confident. Does it right?
I'll text you at half time. I'll be like, Wembley.
Listen, I wasn't confident when we played Newcastle at home last season. We won 4-0. So I get things wrong, right? I'm just me at the moment. When I looked at So what I take from recent weeks, right, is Doku and Cherki are our two main creators at the moment. Would everyone agree that once Cherki was off the pitch, I was a little bit worried because I was thinking, fucking hell, we ain't got Semenyo. See, for me, I'm resting Haaland tonight. I'm playing Semenyo and Marmoush through the middle. I think I'm already seeing
resting Haaland against Liverpool as well. I don't even want him starting.
What, against Liverpool?
Yeah,
do you know this is a semi-final, Louis, don't you? This is not like the third round of the FA Cup.
What are you saying? No, I'm saying.
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on. First leg, though, we played Marmoush and Semenyo. So for him to say not play Haaland tonight, I think that's fair.
Haaland needs to play, man. He needs to get over his goal drought.
I just think he's too happy at the moment.
This is the trophy. This is the trophy, guys.
I know, but
Martin, you didn't answer my question. Martin, you just completely discredited what I said, right? If you're saying this is a trophy, right? Therefore, because this is a trophy, Haaland must play. Then why in the first leg, which by the way we won 2-0 away from home, did we play Semenyo and fucking Marmoush? We didn't play Haaland. Haaland didn't start that game.
Is there a reason why I didn't?
Also, I'm not saying I want to rest Haaland. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying I want to drop Haaland for the betterment of the team. I don't like him at the moment.
I think we're in a bad place. Like for me, what I was hoping was going to happen with Semenyo coming in and the way we played, Semenyo and Marmoush against Newcastle, both scored, right? Sorry, it might have been Wolves. There was a game where he didn't start and they started. Ultimately, I want it to be a place, where everyone is competing for positions and there isn't Haaland must start every single game. It was a Wolves game. Sorry, my bad. It was a Wolves game. But either way, for me, there needs to be, it can't just be, it's a big game, Haaland starts. That's not a good place for us to be. I think it for us to be able to look at certain games and go, do you know what? Because we've got, at the moment, ultimately, I think we'd all agree, every game till the end of the season is now a big game, right? So does that mean Haaland starts every single game and Marmoush doesn't get a look in?
Right. Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Why can't you play both?
If you're Newcastle tonight, right?
What's
the one thing you would be looking at City to do tonight to give you a chance to get him through? I hope City don't start Haaland tonight.
No, it's conceded early.
No. Every team that plays City would be very, very happy not to see Haaland on the starting pitch at the start of the game. So semi-final of the cup, why would you even risk? Why would you even risk any kind of swing up here in the mind?
It was all right in the first leg, though.
Sorry, I don't think
it was all right in the first leg.
This is business now.
I don't think that Newcastle necessarily look at Haaland and go, look at City and go.
No. The defenders will be frightened to death of playing against Haaland.
At the moment,
they will do, but at the end of the day,
Haaland it don't matter if scoring. He's occupying their minds for 90 minutes.
Haaland would give him a harder time. But at the end of the day, if he's been so ineffective like he has been for weeks, why would we play him?
Why can't you play them both?
Play them both?
You might be able to, but this is where it gets a little bit too much.
By the looks of what you're saying, Pulpy, you are ultimately saying, right, that Haaland is undroppable.
Yes.
No, he isn't, bro. Why should he be undroppable when he?
I don't think he's undroppable.
So he's going for me.
Semi-final.
I don't think you're ever going to get what you want. You're never going to get the 4 or 5 games of rest on the bench. That's not ever.
A semi-final at home where you've got to make sure you win the game.
£800 a week.
You're paying your big guys to step up. Now, if Haaland goes out tonight and scores a hat-trick, what does that do for him for the weekend?
Yeah, but if he doesn't, what does that do for him for the weekend?
If we get to the final, mate,
both of them are what ifs. But you've literally just said we both said the same thing to each other.
Right. What ifs? On the balance of probability, I would rather stick a guy up front, form or no form, who has scored 150 goals in 170 games.
All right, so for me personally,
that is my what if.
So for me personally, I would look at Haaland's recent form, yeah, and I would.
He's not a guy that.
No,
His recent form in the last 5 games. He's scoring a goal a game for the rest of his career.
Holpy, respectfully, right? You said to me about 8 games ago, I said, does anyone think that Haaland might need just to be bent for 1 game? You go, no, you play him through it and he gets back to it. We're 10 games later. I believe he scored 1 goal in those 10 games. 2
goals in 8 games, right?
Okay, so there we go. So at the moment, your theory of playing through the form is not working.
It's not. He isn't just stood on the pitch to score a goal. He doesn't just stand there and stand in an empty net.
No, I think he was good against Tottenham, by the way. I actually think he was good against Tottenham.
There's more to playing up front for City than just standing there and putting a ball in an empty net. He is the biggest threat to anybody in this league.
But the thing,
but is it?
But do you not think? But Marmoush can also do. Marmoush also cause.
Based on what? What's Marmoush?
Form is not a thing, though. It's mad. Like Haaland. I know we all banter and say Haaland's a robot, but form is a thing with every single footballer. No footballer.
So why has Haaland, who scored 2 goals in 8 games, regrettable? He's not in his form that we used to see him, where he's the best striker in the world. He's scoring goals at a record no one's ever seen before.
Yeah.
Now he's come down to being a human. So you're dropping him for being a bang average player?
No, I'm not dropping him.
That's what you are. That's what you're saying.
You're doing.
You are saying dropping because he's not.
I'm dropping him.
No, I'm not. I literally have said we need competition. Yeah,
we have competition.
Right. So if we have competition, but you're saying but Haaland's undroppable, we haven't got competition.
You're literally saying was there a competition between Alvarez and Haaland, really?
Really?
No, it wasn't. But that's when Haaland.
What I'm going to say, I don't think there's a competition between.
Sorry, can I just say another thing as well? Yeah, I also do think that playing against a team like Newcastle potentially. I mean, by the way, Marmoush, Semenyo, and Haaland. The more I think about it, it's dangerous as fuck, right?
Yeah.
But balls over the top, because one thing I think Haaland was doing very well against Tottenham, and I feel for Haaland a little bit because it's become this thing now that when Haaland was scoring goals, everyone was saying, but we want him to do a little bit more, right? Now, over recent weeks, and if I take that Tottenham game as an example, I actually think Haaland was dropping deep and winning the ball and playing the ball off to Semenyo a lot, right? I think he was okay. So maybe that would work. But I just don't like this whole narrative that we must continue to keep playing Haaland. Because if Haaland does have a bad game tonight, the same thing, what does that take into the Liverpool game?
That's great. But, the sad reality of this is why Haaland's on £200,000 a week basic more than anybody else in the club.
I hear
it's
you.
Why his bonuses are £300,000 a week more than anybody else. It's why he's got the biggest boot. This is unfortunately, and
biggest boot deal.
I think because we've never had the ready-made superstar in the club before, and I mean ready-made, we didn't have. He was there, yeah. I think.
No, I just think we're in a dangerous place. If it is, even if Haaland we must keep playing him.
We don't buy the ready-made superstars. And unfortunately, some of the ready-made superstars.
What's that got to do with the fucking?
We're not playing. We're not
playing. Kane don't get dropped gaps. Whether the form's good, bad, or indifferent.
We're not talking.
Do we start? To
be frank with you, I don't watch Bayern enough to know. But if Kane was to have a kind of a period of form like Haaland has had recently, I think he might hold bed. No. I don't like the word drop because Poppy, I'm certainly not like. Don't start getting it twisted that I'm saying, you know what, Haaland's shit, we need to get rid of him. I'm not, right? I just think a bit of competition, like there was a game that Haaland didn't play in, Marmoush played in, he scored, and we were going, do you know what, this is quite refreshing. But now we're going, nah, fuck that. We'll just keep going with Haaland. We'll just keep running Haaland into the ground.
It's somebody on the last 8 games rather than what
I am judging a footballer on form. Yes, I am 100%.
What's the problem?
He scored 2 goals and got an assist in 8 games. That's sometimes better than what most players, strikers get.
Let's not do this.
Yeah, sometimes.
Great. So what are you trying to do?
Based on what is an average striker?
No, I'm going to judge a player, of course, on what they can do. But to act like form does not come into it is mad. Like, bro, that is mad. Form in football is a thing. If you haven't got form, you need to do something to get your form back.
Hang on. I saw a thing yesterday. Georgie Samaras, right, scored one goal.
Oh, yes, Carabao.
Georgie Samaras scored 1 goal in 14 games, that right? He then went 15 games before scoring the next goal. That is out of form, mate. That is literally one goal. That's out of form. That's out of form.
Without scoring at all.
Yeah, but
That's
you
out
know
of
what?
form, mate. What I'm saying now is Haaland is...
Call me
No,
entitled.
you can't have it both ways.
Since then.
That's out of
Things
form.
have changed
Haaland
since then.
scored, what, 2 goals
You
in 8 games?
entitled to sod you down.
All right, but all right, but okay, no problem. Who was Samaras?
I don't.
Who was our backup? Who was our backup striker to Samaras?
No, I'm not saying about that. I'm saying that's what out of form looks like. Somebody who scored the leading goal scorer in the Premier League scored 20 goals.
Yeah, okay.
In the last 8 games, he scored 2 goals and got an assist, maybe 2 assists, I think. I don't know. So you're telling me that. So you're going to throw away all his whole season because
I'm telling you, yes, because I'm telling you, back under George Samaras, we weren't in 4 fucking competitions. Right now, we are in 4 competitions. So if we have to rotate players, yes, I would rotate them now.
So if we're in 4 competitions, that's right. And the most important game is the next one, which is Carabao semi-final.
No,
is it the semi-final? Is this important? Is this our most important game of the season?
Every game
don't find it's important tonight as much as others.
This is the most important game of the season.
Some aren't finding tonight that important.
So, all right. And then the next game, that will be the most important game of the season because that's how a season works. As the season comes to an end, the next game becomes more important than the last one. So if we're going by that, this goes back to what I said, that we're going to have to keep playing Haaland now because every single game is the most important game.
No.
Yeah, no, it's right.
I hear that, but it's a semi-final.
Semi-final, you want your best players, you can play them.
This is different. You're one step from Etihad. And listen,
Martin, you've just been telling me that we're definitely going to win. We're going to be playing about up front and having a bit of fun.
We are, but I'll be honest with you. I feel as though some just... It comes across...
Potato roots today, Pulpy, by the way.
Get your guys out, mate. You got more.
I think some people like give and take tonight a bit.
Patrick, what do you mean by that?
I feel like tonight is important to some.
Wait, can I just reply to Martin a second? Because I am not confident tonight, but I also want to drop Haaland. Like, I don't want Haaland playing tonight for the betterment of the team. I don't want to rest him. I'll give Haaland a rest. It's only the League Cup semi-final. I don't want Haaland to start tonight because I think we'd be better. Well, it's hard to say we'd be better off without him, but I don't think he should continue.
Mamouche has 1 goal in 3
every week.
Mamouche has 1 goal in 3. Same as
Louis, question for you, bigger picture.
But it's not just Mamouche. Just isn't an out-and-out goal scorer as well. He also, causes
bigger picture, Louis, right?
That's Haaland. You're asking Haaland to be a dick. Steve said this the other day on his show. You're asking him to be something he's not.
No one's asking Haaland to do fuck all. All we're saying is it would be great if Haaland...
Lewis just said it. It's just people are asking him to be more.
All we are saying.
No, I am asking. I'm saying.
Come on, he's admitting he's saying he wants
right. Let me speak. Right.
I don't think it's just like you're trying to do the entitled thing. I feel like Martin.
Listen to me. Right, Dabs. You can have your opinion. This is my opinion. I might have a different opinion to you lot.
By saying that I'd rather someone gets rotated.
But Mamouche isn't in form.
Is it? Hold on. Is this over the top? Is me saying
Mamouche doesn't get consistent games?
It's me saying Haaland's form is not like what we're used to with Haaland. Yeah, we have Mamouche. We spent 65 million on Mamouche for a reason, right? So that based on that, I would like Haaland because I also think the Liverpool game at the weekend is also important, right? So for me to say, I would like there to be competition for that reason. I would like because Haaland against Tottenham, like we knew he wasn't going to score from the 65th minute.
I'm with you, by the way. I think he's off the ball was excellent actually on Sunday.
I don't want this to become fucking Haaland shit now. I want to get rid of him. I don't. I'm Haaland. I would rather start Haaland over Mamouche, but I don't know. I feel like something needs to happen with Haaland. We can keep playing him, but I got told by Pulpy about 3-4 weeks ago that no, we must keep playing him and playing back into form. 3-4 weeks later, it hasn't happened. So maybe sometimes if you keep doing something and it doesn't work, maybe just try something else.
So you want to? My final point is you want to drop Erling Haaland for the semi-final of a cup game to prove a point.
No,
Yes.
I don't. See, nah, bro. Why have you put that? Oh, no,
prove the
what
point,
you're
you
doing
prove
there-
the point
you know
to Real
what?
Madrid.
You know what? Based on the way you worded that, I'm just going to go, yeah, okay, mate.
No, but you are trying to prove a point in that you want
No,
Haaland to be
I'm-
dropped
I'm
because you want
definitely not.
Haaland
Martin,
to play.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Right?
look,
Can I ask a
I'm
question?
going in a minute.
Let me ask a
Feel like
question.
one's
Right?
getting
No. Let me ask a question to Paul P. and Martin. Do you want Marmoush to stay in the summer?
Yes,
Um,
but
Do you want Marmoush as part of our squad?
He's one of my
I don't
favourite players, to be
think
fair. But
Okay,
if he,
so by your logic,
I can tell
Marmoush
you
gets
hate
0
him.
minutes. So when Haaland's
no,
not
no,
particularly,
no,
listen
to
to
be
me,
fair.
listen to me. If Haaland isn't particularly in form and he's not firing, and Marmoush is his backup, and you lot are saying Haaland's undroppable, Marmoush isn't going to get any minutes. So what do we do?
That's the fact of the world.
All right, Marmoush, you can fuck off to Spurs then, mate.
The same way
Why
Alvarez
do you
did.
think
Right,
Marmoush-
Louis, why did Alvarez go?
Yeah, I understand that, but
Don't buy. Don't buy.
but I would have said
Haaland.
the same thing about Alvarez. I
No,
would have
Louis,
said the
the
same
point
thing
is
about
go
Alvarez.
and get two okay strike. You can't go and get one of the world's best striker and then go, well, there is
What's
number
the
one,
point?
number two.
Hold on.
So do you think we should only play? Do you think we should only play a backup striker when
He's
Haaland's
already missed the
injured?
game.
Should Haaland should we only play our backup striker when Haaland's injured?
yes.
Why can't you play them together?
No,
is what I'm saying.
what?
By the
We
way,
should only
what
ever
did
play
you
our
just-
backup
Louis,
striker
what did
when
you just
Haaland's
call
injured.
him? What did you just call him?
Who?
Mamouche, what did you just call him?
Backup striker. He's the
Backup
backup striker.
striker.
When he's not competing for Haaland. I'm not saying that he's competing. I'm not saying that he's a better player than Haaland. I'm not saying that he should be starting ahead of Haaland every week. I'm saying when Haaland's off form, we don't reward him by keep playing him. Give Marmoush a string of games.
But do you know what? The more I think about this, with the injuries we've got, with the fact that Cherki is kind of.
Marmoush is starting. Marmoush is starting with Haaland. I don't know what you're all getting worked up
I
about.
know.
I'm starting Mamouche tonight on the left-hand side. I don't know.
Yeah.
No one's dropped him.
Sorry, bear with me. You lot argue
Yeah,
I'm
amongst
saying if
yourselves.
it's a conversation between Haaland and Marmoush,
Yeah,
I
but
think
Haaland
I don't
wins
think it's ridiculous to
99
say.
out of 100 there, Louis.
Hopper, did you drop Mamouche tonight?
No, I wanted to say, but
I
it's
didn't
on
drop
both.
him tonight. So, Louis, where's this one or the other anyway? We've not dropped him.
Right,
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I understand that, but also.
Let me
This is
give you a hypothetical.
This is mixed all up now. I'm saying, go on. Sorry, Paul.
Let me give you a hypothetical question, right? Replace Haaland with Real Madrid Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's out of form. Would you drop Cristiano Ronaldo for whatever the backup striker would be, Marmoush, for a semi-final of the cup?
If Cristiano Ronaldo's, if I'm asking you a question, is Cristiano Ronaldo in the same form as
No, I said
Haaland?
an out of form Cristiano Ronaldo. He scored 3 goals in 8 games and got 2 assists.
Okay, yeah,
Are you dropping him?
yeah, I just said yeah.
No, you're not, mate. That's a joke.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I
you
am,
ain't dropping
bro.
Ronaldo.
I am.
Same way you ain't dropping Ronaldo, you ain't dropping Messi, you ain't dropping Mbappe, you
I
ain't
ain't dropping Messi. This is where I've never dropped Messi.
You ain't
Messi,
dropping
don't
Messi.
compare Haaland to Messi.
Louis, can I ask a
Don't compare
question?
Haaland
This
to
is the
Messi.
sad reality.
Never drop Messi.
Why is Ronaldo kicking off now? I'm trying to get
Ronaldo,
out.
what's going on?
I don't know what's fucking going on with your algorithms to know that Ronaldo's kicking off, mate. You need to sort your algorithms out.
Right, because he's not getting his own way. So now he's like, I'll leave. Unfortunately, right, I don't like it as much as the next one. When you buy the prima donnas and you buy these world top superstars, they come with an attitude. I'm
And
sorry.
it's
but
not-
We should submit to Haaland and go, Haaland, mate. As long
then
as
why
you
was
like,
everyone
you can have
twerking
whatever
for
you want.
Rodrigo in the summer then?
Who's everyone?
I don't think everyone was twerking for Rodrigo.
A lot of people were twerking for Rodrigo. Let's not.
Because
reverse-
Rodrigo, because
I would have
Rodrigo,
wanted Rodrigo. If
because
he was in
Rodrigo
terrible
just-
form, I wouldn't say,
Yeah,
yeah,
because-
start Rodrigo over anyone we've got.
Yeah,
just
but I
'cause he's
don't.
Rodrigo.
But people, sorry,
Rodrigo's leaving
hold
Madrid.
on,
He's starting the bench.
Martin, people were twerking for Rodrigo because they thought that Rodrigo's a good footballer. I don't think that's got anything to do with this conversation.
What, with one Gina in about 40 games?
Yeah, but he scored in the Champions League, so people are talking for that.
But what I mean,
Hold on,
Martin,
Martin,
Martin, do you
what are
hold
you doing
Foden to
here?
the same
Martin,
standard?
what has that got to do with the conversation we're having, though? It's just like trying to find a way to get at people for wanting Rodrigo. It's got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Can I bring it back to?
Because I'm talking about when you buy world superstars, they come with a little bit of an attitude. Some are undroppable.
Can I bring it back to this?
That's the point I'm making.
To the current context, okay? Foden is also out of form. He's also been ineffective for me, right? I don't want Foden starting at the moment. I drop Foden. Should he be held to the same standard as Erling Haaland? Then, in your opinion, you start Foden every single game.
I don't think Foden's world class.
There you go.
But he's got world class quality.
I think he can be world class
when he's on form.
Level, yeah.
Okay, so when he's out of form, he should be dropped. So is that not the same for Erling Haaland?
No,
just because Erling Haaland's more consistently world class.
I would just set up play Foden tonight. I want Foden. I actually want to go back to the way we were beforehand, where we had Cherki and Foden in together. And
do we have to keep playing?
Then you got to drop Semenyo
do we have to keep playing Foden through this shit form as well?
That's what I've just said. That's what I've just said. That's what I'm saying. Do we hold Foden and Haaland to the same standard and say, well, these two are good. Let's just play them every single flip.
There's levels between them. No,
Pulpy, I'm starting to hear where you're coming from now. So yours is literally right. So what you've just said there makes me think, okay, so it is a unique one with Haaland because it is Haaland.
It's absolutely unique.
Right.
It is. Let me finish. Let me caveat my point by saying, now Haaland will score what I think it's 3 goals in 8 games, right? 2 or 3. If Haaland goes 10 games without a goal, stinks the place out, and is the genuine reason he's missing open nets and he's not producing and we're struggling, then we have another conversation to have. But he's still contributing. He's still tying up defenders. He's still the biggest threat in world football to scoring a goal anywhere across the country and across the world, barring Harry Kane. If we get to a point where he's not doing anything and he is literally running in treacle up front and not contributing anything to the game, then we have another conversation and say, you know what, mate, now is the time. Can we have a conversation? But because he's not banging in 11 goals in 8 games or 6 goals in 8 games, we're not having the Haaland that is in the FIFA team of the week every year, and everyone's getting erections about it because they got the new informed player. Then not until that point comes. Then no, just chill.
He's always going to be tying up defenders, though. You're never going to get him not tying up defenders.
Right. So if you no. So if you drop him tonight and they put Marmoush down the middle,
why are we calling it dropping though? I hate calling it dropping.
Well, because
you are dropping him though. You are dropping him though. You are dropping him though.
I use the word drop, so you can use that with me.
Rotate, rest, whatever you want. You're telling me that whoever's playing the back
I've got a drop.
is not buzzing.
Okay, good. Rotate Martin. Rotate Martin.
So that again.
That's what mine.
No, we're saying we're not dropping you. We're rotating you. Rotate Martin. Rotate him.
No, I'm being dropped. You
know what though, Dubs? Martin was right though. It's the same thing with look. The same thing with Donnarumma. Like it's the same thing with Donnarumma. We decided to get a. You're not dropping him for the big games. It is what it is, and that's the same for Haaland. I like look. Haaland, I get it that he's thinking up the place. Like I'm one of the people who say this guy is thinking up the place, but it is Haaland after all. It is Haaland. It's the same thing as Messi. You never drop Messi. I don't get why you're just wasting your time with the Haaland thing. He has to play.
If Donnarumma started letting goals in every game, I'd want to drop him.
You wouldn't drop him?
No, I said I would drop him.
I wouldn't. Why?
If I just said if he started letting goals in every game, if he started fucking up every game. No,
you see, this is the thing about this fan. You see this fan base, you jump on fast, don't you?
Do you know what? I think today's been a really good show. It's actually just been a good debate. It's nice that we're not all being lovey-dovey. We're having a debate. One last thing, though, I want to ask. Ruben Diaz. Is anyone playing him tonight?
Yeah, he's coming straight back in.
Is he fit?
He's been back training today. So when Monday it's back training. I don't think it's worth the risk. I think he's to play at the weekend against Liverpool.
But you've seen it before, Poppy, where he just brings him in right away. Pep likes doing that every time when Ruben Diaz comes in.
I don't think Diaz. He's been out for a month, right? And had a muscle injury. I don't think. He'll be on the bench. He'll definitely be on the bench just in case something goes south tonight, because he's literally our only other senior defender that's scored apart from Max Elaine, who nobody would really want to rely on. But then come the weekend, he's got a decision to make. Does he go straight back in the team and who's missing out?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I just saw something in the chat, which sorry, in the chat that I was just thinking. When Haaland was hugging Doggy against Spurs, and
that's why you people. That's why they're triggered, Poppy. This is why they're triggered. They're triggered because Haaland went to hug a Tottenham player. This is why people are triggered. It's not about his football.
People reading that like it's some sort of personal insult. Come on.
But I was sat there fuming. Why is Haaland not fuming? Why is he in the mood?
You see?
He might have been talking during the game. He might have been, oh my God, look at what he might have been just having a laugh and he's caught him. He might have been laughing.
The game is gone. The game is absolutely gone. That was utter woke nonsense. I'm being
in it. Are you joking?
I can't lie. I didn't like seeing him fucking smiling.
You don't know what the context is.
Why should Haaland be
There's no context.
There is, mates. He might have been like, what? He might have been laughing, going, "What the fuck have I got to do to get a penalty in this world anymore?" That's sort of attitude.
Yeah, maybe.
What have you got to do to grab a goal as well?
Is that what have I got to do? Well, you laugh about. Sometimes you laugh about stuff, don't you? When it's an emotional thing.
I don't know. I saw. Yeah, maybe there would need to be context, but
yeah,
maybe it pissed me off though. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Sorry, I need to stop swearing. Not good. Anyway, yeah.
Anything else? So no one's starting Ruben Diaz. I hear you on that. Or do we start Ruben Diaz for the first half?
No, there's no point. No point.
I think Kuchinov and Kuchinov and Ake would be enough.
Good
and
enough,
if you're really desperate, then you chuck him on. But
yeah, I think the most important thing here is we must not concede an early goal. Because
definitely concede an early goal, mate. I'll be shitting. Sorry.
Yeah,
myself.
The way we are at the moment with when we concede a goal, I kind of think, we don't want to concede an early one. I think at the same time, it could suit us that if, if they come all out thinking, right, we've got to score 2 goals, 3 goals, really, we could catch them on the counter. And that's where Haaland, Marmoush and Semenyo could be absolutely ruthless. It's just the only thing I do feel with that 3 is there's no creativity in it at all. For me,
I don't know, no. You're doing a service to Marmoush, really. He can get an assist, but
I
don't care about creativity. I don't really care.
Marmoush will run the defense ragged, mate. The guy's movement.
Yeah, he will.
Crazy,
he will.
You know?
I think his movement quality, and I do like that he's got a shot in him from wherever the fuck he decides.
He gets horny for a shot, doesn't he? He'll have a go.
Yeah.
If he starts to score tonight,
I just think it's really weird. I do think, for me, we really do miss Doku. You know.
Yeah, Semenyo. I was about to say Semenyo. This guy, Semenyo. I was laughing at the Spurs game. Can Semenyo not beat a man? Can he not beat his man? No. I don't know.
He was shit against Spurs, but he can beat his man.
He can, but the important thing is that we've been seeing Doku on the left all season, right?
I think so, yeah.
Doku's take on record is not normal, right? Doku beats his man pretty much every time. But when he gets inside the box, sometimes his finishing is not so good. With Semenyo, we're going to see Semenyo get a lot of goals when he's in the box, but we have to also understand that, when Haaland lays the ball off to Semenyo, it's not guaranteed take on every single time, right? There are
He reminds me a little bit of Mahrez in that he might go the full game without even really doing much.
Wait. Mahrez or Adama? Because I think he reminds me of Adama, but with the finishing. Adama Traore, but he can finish.
He reminds you of Adama Traore?
Yeah, man.
That's a terrible disservice.
Nah. Whoever that sounds like they're basing that on I don't know what, because like Adama Traore, like he's definitely a better footballer than Adama Traore.
Also, Semenyo can carry the ball. Let's not.
No, he can carry the ball.
Carry the ball and drive and score.
No, he definitely can. I think the important thing is though that we're used to it. We've kind of got to a point where when the ball goes to Doku on the left, Doku usually beats his man. That's not where our frustration has been with the left-hand side. It's never been. Whereas now with Semenyo, at times Haaland was laying the ball off to Semenyo and it came to nothing. I actually think in the last couple of games, I'll be honest, I think Haaland's been okay off the ball. It's just his finishing. It's just actually, weirdly, it's been with Haaland that his finishing has not been as good as the rest of his all-round game has been. So, well, look, we'll see, though. We'll see.
He needs the tap in. That's what you also need in FIFA. You need the tap in. He needs the tap in, and that's it. That's what he needs.
Yeah. Right. Well, Patrick, anything else you want to talk on?
No. I'm good. Look. I'm happy after this discussion. We're going to support the team this evening, and I can't wait for the lineup because I know people are going to lose their mind with the lineup. Yeah, the lineup is always the funniest because people do lose their mind for the lineup. But you know what? I am hoping we go through against Newcastle. Because I really want to play Arsenal in the final, Because what I watched yesterday, Arsenal and Chelsea, was the worst game of my life. I know you're saying we shouldn't shit on them, but that was bad. I slept twice. It was bad. Until Kai Havertz did that moment, it was very sleepy. So I'd like to see them play City and City play open football when they just go at it. I just want to see this, man. So all the best this evening. And you know what? I think we're going to beat Newcastle. I'm with Martin. I think we're going to beat them 3-1. I think Gordon might score, but we'll beat them 3-1.
I think it's got the potential to be a good game because of the fact that Newcastle do need to score 2 goals. But I can't lie, as a City fan at the moment, this whole thing of when we concede one, we do seem to be very vulnerable, worries me a bit. But
bit spineless.
Yeah. Agreed. But appreciate everyone that's been here. Polpy, appreciate you coming on, mate.
Last year's I've got a bit of one last spicy debate if you want. So give me, all three of you guys, give me what your opinion is. What do you have to be to be world class in football? What does it mean to you?
I'm count me out on this one because I don't know what
difficult.
World class is.
So I would say world class is probably the top 2 or 3 players in each position. So you got to be the top.
I don't agree with that. I don't
Is it Rodri, Donnarumma, and Haaland? Donnarumma, Rodri, and Haaland. Are they not world class?
I think there might be some. It's hard to quantify. I think you have to look at it, a player, and I can't tell you what's world class. But I don't think it's quantified. I don't think you can say this person's world class if they're top 2 in a position. Because
what about Rodri? Rodri won a Ballon d'Or. Come on, Rodri won a Ballon d'Or. Sure.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. The question wasn't is Rodri world class. The question was what do you quantify as world class? I think I don't think you can say it's top 2 in someone's position because I feel like there might be certain positions where they're weaker at times.
I got rinsed on LB's show for this, but then I put out a poll and it seemed to be quite fair. So Riyad Mahrez, when he was at Leicester, was he world class or did he become world class when he signed for City?
He was world class at Leicester.
Great, really good question.
Was he already world class at Leicester, or did he become world class for what he did at City?
He was world class at Leicester. I was probably about 10, but I think he was world class.
I think he definitely was. But hindsight is a beautiful thing. But you go and watch his time with the link up with Vardy with Leicester was absolutely insane.
So what I'm saying is, I don't think he was world class at Leicester. He was elite. But he became world class at City because he did it on a bigger stage consistently for a long time.
I think he was at the same level at City then as he was at Leicester. Oh, do you think that's because of the stage he was on and what he was doing?
Yeah, you become on the world stage.
But that's the same. It's the same player though. It's the same player. Put Leicester Mahrez in that season or that couple of seasons in that team. He still does the same thing. So I think he was still world class at Leicester.
If he was world class at Leicester, and you're going off my things. I said he was great at Leicester, obviously brilliant at Leicester, but he wasn't for me in the top 3 players in the world on the right wing at that time.
Yeah, but Bobby, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Was Vardy world class? Was Vardy world class, so he had a world class season at Leicester?
He had a world class season. He wasn't world class.
Right, sorry, people, got to jump in here because I've got an interview in literally any second, so I've got to go. But thank you to everyone for joining me. Please make sure you do go and check out True City Fan TV, Patrick's channel. Make sure you're going to check out Louis Talks Football. And
Louis Talks Footy, go subscribe.
Exactly that, and I will be putting it in the channel afterwards. And finally, go and check out Polpy on Twitter. If you don't already, most of you, I think, already have him on there. And thanks to everyone for being here. Been a heated show, but been a good show. And we are out. Peace.
Stop scrolling through those expensive retail sites. Now we all know the pain of needing a fresh kit, but seeing those crazy high prices. Well, there's a smarter way to support your team. Welcome to okjersey.com. The quality speaks for itself. Look at the detail on these designs, whether it's the latest from Manchester City or a classic City kit. You can get any jersey in every size you need, and yes, you can fully customise it with your name, your number, or your favourite legends details, from the Premier League present to EPL retro. If you're looking for it, it's here, and it's always for the best price. Ready to save big? Head to okjersey.com now and use code NAF at checkout. That's code NAF.